Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for the first time. My name is Happy, I'm the Crafty Chemist, and today's video I want to make about mythographic books that I have and the pages that I've colored in it in the past year, plus the pages that I have planned in each of these books coming up. I have 4 of these mythographic books. I got them starting about a year ago because I wanted winter pages that weren't necessarily Christmas. And so the first one that I got that I colored in is Wild Winter by Joseph Kattenbang. And it is one that has the hidden pictures in it. And amazingly, even though this is the first one I started coloring in, I've only colored 2 pages in this book. And so the first of these pages is called Trinkets. And I finished this one. I started it during Thanksgiving a year ago when I was at my parents' house, and I finished it sometime in December. And what's unusual for me is that I did not mark when I finished it, but I wanted a blue and gold color scheme for the tree, and then I have this pastel rainbow warm climate kind of thing for the quokka that are in there, and they are such cute little guys. So that was the first page that I did in these, and I just incorporated all of the hidden objects in as colorful bits of the tree, with the exception of the cookie here. And I did put some glitter on this, and when I was looking through at this, I was like, I need to pull that glitter back out and do some more glitter. And the only other page that I've done in this book, sadly, is the last one. And there's so many beautiful pictures in here. I guess I just kind of started running out of the desire to do wintry things come April or May. I did start fall stuff in September this year so that I could color fall stuff because I had such a good time with it last year. And so yeah, this is finished on April 1st of 23, and it has some silvery accents on some of these crystals here. And I know I used Prismacolors and Inktense to color this one. So these are the only 2 pages I have in here. I do have plans to do some more pages, but let's take a look at the other ones that I finished, since this is partially a flip through of anything that I finished in these books. I really only got going much on coloring about a year ago, a little over a year ago, when I got COVID. I used to color a lot as a younger person, and then just occasionally, and then I became sort of obsessed with it about a year and 3 or 4 months ago. And so then I started making purchases of materials and coloring books, and have really gone crazy since then. This book I have a little bit more done in, and that is I have 3 pages in it. So I'm up to a total of 5 pages in my mythographic books in the past year. And the pages that I finished in here are the Leviathan page. I know I colored this one with Brute Funer Squares, and I finished it on the 28th of January in 2023. And looks like I used a little bit of gold colored pencil to kind of hide some of, or fancy up some of the hidden objects in it. This one is a Fabiana Attanasio book, but it does still have the hidden images in it, which I've said in a video before. I think it's really a shame that these artists who do these really, really neat pictures for us to color have to have their hidden objects in here, but I'm pretty sure that that's a thing of the past now. So the second page I colored in this book is called Snowflake Fairy, and I used metallic watercolors for some of the background, and I think I colored the entire rest of the thing with Inktense, and I had a really good time doing it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything else is Inktense, including her skin, which I would have liked to have made a little bit darker, but I guess she's just a very pale fairy. And I was just trying out a few things. Looks like I did use silver gel pen probably to cover up the lines on the snowballs that are falling down here. And I remember really having fun with this and getting to use my fancy watercolors to make that background really shimmery. I like this page. It was a lot of fun. I finished it on February 8th in 2023. And then in May, for Mermaid, I finished this page, which is the mermaid page. And it also has some metallic watercolors in it for the splashes of ocean water. There's a little bit of a silvery watercolor for the bits of things that are metal in here. And I used one of the color schemes that was somebody's coloring challenge for the month, but I feel like it worked really well for this page. And I have my blue hair mermaid here. There's a little bit of gel pen in her hair. And I may have had a little bit of like Inktense. I know this is backed with marker, so this is one of the pages that I did that. I did it a few times, like based the page with marker, and then I colored over it with whatever colored pencils I was using at the time. So that's the 3 pages in Mythographic Frozen Fantasies. And then after I bought those 2, like in the spring, I bought Mythographic Wonderlust, and it does have the hidden objects in it. This is an Alexandra Fusi book, and I actually think have colored the most out of this, which you're going to be shocked, but it is 4 pages. So the first one I finished in here is I actually kind of started at the beginning of this book. Well, not really. The first one I did in here, I was like, oh, I need to do this King of Africa page. And I was using Inktense, and I tried to make a nice gradient background. And I mean, it was fun to practice with it. I wanted it to be like kind of like a hot sunset kind of African theme for this. And then I used a lot of the Derwent drawing for a lot of this stuff so that I could make it look as natural colored as possible. And I had a lot of fun with this one. I finished it on the 2nd of February. I remember sitting on the couch and just really enjoying it. I did hide most of the hidden objects in here, either by continuing the drawing over it. So like I know there's some underneath here that is very well hidden now, I think. And then I kind of just colored them in for like there's a whistle here and a crane here and there's a rocket there. So I just did my best to hide them as much as possible. There is one under here. I felt like I was doing like tattoo cover up or something. And after that, I just kind of went to the front of the book and I started just like, I was like, I'm going to start at the front and see how far I can go through. Which turns out it wasn't that far, but I became a little obsessed with this book, I'd say. This one I did a little bit with alcohol markers for the base of it, just for on the balloons. And then I'm pretty sure that this is mostly Inktense for this blue colored background here. The paper takes the water stuff really, really well. So that was, really cool that worked out that well like that. And this one is called Hot Air Balloons, but I like this wildcat that's here. And I did try to hide some of the hidden objects. Maybe that's the thing with the hidden objects for this is like they're, the idea is like hide them yourself. And some of them I just like, colored in as like things for this particular image. I remember coloring this one with brute force squares mostly and enjoying just trying to get in and get a lot of details. I know I used the Graphitins on this Lynx that's in here too. Next page I did in the book is actually the next one. You've already kind of gotten a peek of it. And this one is called Angkor Wat. And I did a lot of cover up on this. I did not like, there was a really busy sort of broken down building here and I turned it all into a wall. And then I was also trying a number of other things with this one to get it to cover up some things. Like I used the board and brush stuff to cover up some things in here, and it didn't turn out really well. And so there's a lot of things I like about this and a lot of things I don't like about it, but I used some metallic watercolors on there for like whatever these swirly things are. I had a lot of fun with the dragon. He's got some gold gel pen on it, and there's a penguin down here that I was pretty excited to color. Not gonna lie, I really was excited to color the penguin. And, you know, the dragon, like I said, dragon was fun. I've looked for dragon inspiration. I think this is the first dragon I ever colored. All right, and then there's one more page in here, and it is called Sea of Clouds. And this one I did use alcohol markers for the entire base of it. And then I used various colored pencils over the top of it to, and I think also some of the Neocolor 2s over the top, just to like change up the coloring a little bit. But yeah, I had fun with this one. It was also a mermaid one, since there's a mermaid here in the front. And I think this is like the Pacific theme one. I did cover up some of the hidden objects by, like, here's a briefcase. Some of them I just pretended that they aren't there. And then this little Ouija guy thing down here, I kind of turned into one of the succulents. And there were some other things that I just was like, we're really going to hide this. So, like, I extended the shape of the boat to cover up a jar or something there. And just whatever I could do to hide them. So that is the sum total of all I've colored in these Mythographic books. Now, I did buy, and I don't even remember when I bought it. I bought this one maybe at the end of the summer, and I haven't colored anything in it yet. I was like looking through my stuff, and this one I don't think has any hidden objects in it. It does not. And so that'll be fun, that it does not have any hidden objects in it. I'd seen some flip throughs and I was like, oh, I really, really like this. But like I said, I hadn't even cracked it. I'm planning on a color one page in each of these books over the next couple of months as part of my like winter coloring plans. And some of them are wintry pages, but what I chose is to do a theme for the ones I picked specifically for like one out of each of these. And that is, they all have a village or building, like set of buildings in them. So for this book, the first page I want to color in here is this owl one, that the owl is over this village. And, you know, the owl is kind of like, its wings are part of the mountain in this one. So the menagerie is like the animals are some sort of hybrid of something. And I don't know what this one's called. I didn't look up the names of these guys. Oh, actually, since there's no hidden objects, it doesn't show any names. So there is no name for this one. Maybe it's a village owl. I don't know. But I just feel like villages are calling to me as far as like a wintry kind of theme. So I have a lot of things to color with buildings, and I have not colored very many building things. So I may pull out some of my others and also do some like villagey kind of things with that. In Wild Winter, I have picked out this sea turtle with this set of buildings on its back. I thought this one was really cute, you know, with its little kitty here. And like this viewing area with the glacier. I think this is actually called Glacier, but I'm super excited for this. This, you know, is a flying turtle with crystals and waterfalls, and, you know, some of the hidden objects I probably won't even hide, but, you know, I'm not really sure what all of them are. I haven't quite dug into it yet to see, but, you know, I know that there is this cat, and there's a map and a bucket and the binoculars and just some ski things here. So it'll be kind of a fun challenge, I think, to just like incorporate / cover up and, you know, make it as less obvious as possible that there is those objects in here. So that's the one from Mythographic Wild Winter. From Mythographic Frozen Fantasies, I have planned to do this page with the like fairy girl here over this village here. So again, following with a village theme. I wanted to do this one for a little while. Well, I say a little while, but, you know, I've only had the book for like a year what's this one called? She is called Snow Queen. Okay, so yeah, Snow Queen. One of the things about a lot of snow pictures that drives me absolutely nuts is when they are 8-sided or 8-pointed and instead of 6. And that's the chemist in me who's like, that is not the right crystal structure for ice. But there are going to be more difficult things to hide in here. Like there's a piece of toast and there's a makeup thing here. And there, right on the girl, there's some fins and a juice box and then this cute little puppy hanging out here, which he's adorable, but does it really fit with a Snow Queen? I don't know. She is young looking, so here's a saw and a net and a quiver of arrows and a tape measure. So there's some really weird things that just don't fit. The shoe, I don't know. It just makes it fun. It's fun to, I just got to keep thinking it's fun to try to hide them or to emphasize them in fun ways. So that's the one in Frozen Fantasies. And then the last one for the village theme of one in each of these books that I want to color is this one here with the red panda and the lights. I wanted to color this for New Year's last year and I just didn't get to it. And so I don't know what this one's called either, but let's take a look. I just never know what page I'm on or how far into this I am. So it takes me a second to find them all. Okay, so Sea of Clouds is a lot, I'm further in. I guess it's cool that they have the names for the ones that have the hidden pictures. Otherwise, I guess you could call it whatever you want to call it. Oh, there it is. It's Lantern Light. This one's called Lantern Light. So I can see that. There's a lot of lanterns. And also there's all of these, floating lanterns. We were watching a series called Marco Polo on Netflix last night, and they were setting off some of these lanterns. And I'm like, I kind of want to do that. I want to like set off a lantern. It'd be so fun to do it. We live on the Mississippi River and just go down to the river and set off a whole bunch of lanterns. That'd be so neat. So like it'll be pretty easy to hide this trumpet here and this unicycle. So this book, I've colored more in here, and I think that they are pretty easy to hide the objects. Like this looks like some sort of like cake pop or something. I don't know what that is. And there's a wheelbarrow. So those things I could probably hide pretty easily with a dark background. There's a box, like seriously a box. And there's another box with, that's a takeout box. Okay. So yeah, a lot of those are pretty well hidden in the background. There's pretty busy kind of thing going on. So it shouldn't be too hard. There's a corkscrew noodle though. So, I'm very excited about it. Red pandas, probably one of my more favorite animals. So it'll be so sweet to color it. And that is the 4 images that I have planned for this. Like there's so many pictures in each of these books, and it's really a shame that I haven't colored more in here. So I'll try to focus some of my efforts more on these books, I think, coming up, especially for the next couple of months on these Frozen Fantasies ones, because in Wild Winter, because there is some good Christmassy stuff in there that isn't over the top Christmassy for me. So if you have any of these books and you are interested in coloring some of these images with me, let me know. And if there's other ones that you've picked out for this coming up season, also let me know. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, and happy coloring.